Hello everyone, welcome to Answer Kari. So the first question for today says, one page is torn from a booklet whose pages are numbered in the usual manner, starting from the first page as 1. So the question says that there is this one particular booklet. So for example, this is the booklet, and from this booklet we have this one page that we just now tore, right? Suppose this is the fifth page, like this page is numbered fifth, then the backside of this page will be numbered 6. So this is the examples given here, like in the form of options, that they're asking us the torn page contains which of the following numbers. But the only information that we are given here is the sum of the numbers on the remaining pages is 195. Like the numbers present on the pages before this particular page plus the sum of the numbers present on the pages that are present after this particular page. So after we add both these, the sum that we have is 195, which means that the total sum, like of all the numbers, is obviously greater than 195 because एक पेज तो हमने निकाल ही दिया इसमें से, right? So the torn page consists. So the torn page contains which of the following numbers? This is the particular question, and these are the four options that we have. So since we have the keyword here sum, is sum se we can just recall there's this formula that is n into n plus 1 divided by 2, right? And this particular formula is for the sum of the first n natural numbers that are present. तो यहाँ पे हमें पता है कि जब हम नंबर कर रहे हैं इन पेजेस को, they are normally started, like हमने 1 से स्टार्ट करा है, तो there are all natural numbers, and if we need to find out the sum of all these numbers we can use this particular formula. But if we subtract x from it, and now what is x here? X here is the sum of those two numbers जो हमने paste here किया है, उस पे जो दो numbers लिखे हुए थे उनका sum if we suppose to be x, we are just letting x to be that particular sum of those numbers whose page that we have torn out from the booklet. So here if we subtract the sum of those two numbers of that one particular page from the total number of pages that were originally present, the sum that we are left with is 195. So we can just write it in this form. If we take x to this particular side, we'll have 195 plus x. So this will be the total sum, and this here is the formula for that. And n here is equal to the numbers, the particular numbers that we have. In this case, since we have just one equation and we have two particular variables, it is nearly impossible to find out its answer by solving. So we'll just put the values of n according to our own assumptions. So for example, if we take n to be 19 here, so it will be 19 into 20 divided by 2. So the sum will be equal to 190. But here, since we know that this whole thing, जो अभी हमारी value 190 आ रही है, this cannot be equal to this particular thing because this is greater than 190, right? 195 is automatically greater. So x if we'll add to 195, it will be much more greater number. So the next value that we can try taking of n can be equal to 20. So it will be 20 into 21 divided by 2. So it will be 210, and then this will be 195. So if we find out for x, then x here will be equal to 15. And since x is equal to 15, we can check here the numbers जिनका कि sum 15 आ रहा है. And see if we take the next value. For example, the numbers can be 21 if we take the numbers to be 21, right? Then in case of 21, what will happen is we'll just check this once, right? So this will be 231 is equal to 195 plus x. This implies x is equal to 36. And obviously here there is no such pair whose sum is equal to 36. So the answer for this will be equal to 15 only. So here we have 7 and 8 whose sum is equal to 15. So this will be the answer for this question. Now the next question says, Now the next question says, if x is greater than or equal to 25, so if x is greater than or equal to 25 and y is less than or equal to 40, then which of the following is always correct? So they are just saying that x is always greater than or equal to 25 and y is always less than or equal to 40. So out of these options, which one will be the correct? Right? Always correct they are asking. Okay? No matter what value we take, it will always be correct. So the first option says x is greater than y. So if we take up this option, then here suppose the value of x we take as 25, because we can take x equal to 25, right? Or we can take x is equal to 26, 27 and so on till infinity. So if we take x to be equal to 25 and y if we take equal to 36, because y can be either smaller than 40 or perhaps equal to 40. So if we take y is equal to 36, so y is equal to 36 and x is equal to 25. So x is not always greater than y. So this statement is wrong. So first option is not the correct answer. Then we have y minus x is greater than 15. So if we take this particular option as well, see the difference here will be equal to 11, right? Y minus x. Here it is equal to 11, so obviously this option is also wrong. So here in these type of questions, we need to take up numbers by ourselves and we need to try to find out such numbers, such pairs or such options by which we can prove these particular statements wrong. Now the third option says y minus x is less than or equal to 15. So we'll look upon this again, but first we'll move on to the fourth point that says x plus y is greater than or equal to 65, right? So now in this case what happens is we can take the value of x as 25, we can take the least value, right? And then here we can take the value of y as 0, because y can be smaller than 40 or equal to, or even if not 0 we can take y equal to 2 perhaps. Then the sum will be equal to 27. Now 27 is neither greater than and nor it is equal to 65. So obviously this statement is also wrong. So the only answer or the only option that we have present here that is correct is y minus x is less than or equal to 15. Now any given set of numbers that we can take for these particular values, the this particular case will always be correct. Because see in this case they're asking about y minus x. So even if we take x is equal to 100, suppose we are taking x is equal to 100, they have not mentioned any criteria, right? They have just said that x should be greater than or equal to 25. So if we take x is equal to 100 and y if we take equal to 30, suppose this is the case, then y minus x if we try to subtract, then this will be equal to minus 70, which is again less than 15, right? So which means that we need to stick to taking y as the greater number for the positive values if we need the positive values. So this particular statement will always be true. We can also see this particular thing here. For example, the difference between 25 and 40 will be equal to 15, right? Like if we subtract, because y cannot be more than 40 and x cannot be less than 50. So the difference will be equal to 15 or perhaps less than 15. Hence the third option here is the correct answer.